What's up, y'all? Welcome to Kdeezy Baby 2.0, aka 2.0 baby. Yes, sir. Alright, y'all. So I'm going to be fulfilling a VIP request. This is from Sarah. She actually sent 6 different videos for me to react to, and she paid the price. Some of you guys can do that as well if you would like to. There's a few different ways. All you have to do is look at the description and check out my Patreon. Alright? So in this video, I'm going to be getting into Xena and Gabrielle's gay moments part 1 and part 2. Okay? Now I remember reacting to them before. I remember really liking their little story. So make sure you check out all my other videos on them. Alright, I'm going to like this video up. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you guys want more content. Alright, and let me know down below what else you want to see. Let's go ahead and get into it.
We both have families we were born into.
Hold on, I wasn't ready. Hold on, let me put the caption on because they didn't say what I just thought they said, bro.
We both have families we were born
Oh,
into.
families. Bro, I thought you said we both hate fams. Fams. I was about to say what? What? Oh, shit. Okay.
We both have families we were born into. But sometimes families change and we have to build our own.
What's that?
For me, our friendship binds us closer than blood ever could.
For me too. I felt that way once. I felt there was nothing left to live for. I was tired and hurting, and I just wanted it to end. What changed it for you? You did.
Let's be clear, Xena the show is gay. Very gay. It's basically gay from start to end, and it only gets gayer as the seasons go on. But there are some standout moments that I think deserve being called out. From the light-hearted moments to the dramatic and sexy, here is my list of Xena and Gabrielle's gayest moments. I'd love to hear what your personal top picks are in the comments.
Ooh. Henna tattoo.
Is Xena all you think about? Xena is my family. She's the most important thing in my life.
Xena and I have a connection. It's stronger than either one of us.
We're soulmates. We didn't make it that way. It just is.
I
See, your heart lies with Xena, but I'll prove to you which one of us deserves your love.
Let's start strong with the gay trilogy of the Rheingold, which is all about true love and the fact that Xena and Gabrielle are soulmates. When Xena runs off to the land of Norse to make right or wrong from long ago, fully expecting to die, Gabrielle naturally follows her. And on that journey, she meets a young Valkyrie, Brunhilde, who falls in love with her. In an attempt to protect Gabrielle from Odin, the Norse god, and to prove her love, Brunhilde turns herself into an eternal flame, which puts Gabrielle into a deep sleep. A sleeping beauty sleep, if you will. Meanwhile, Xena, working to undo her past mistakes, loses what she holds most dear, which is her memory of Gabrielle and the woman that Gabrielle helped her become. A year later, still without her memory, she is discovered by Beowulf, a friend, and he takes her back to the eternal flame in Gabrielle because as her soulmate, she is the only one who can cross the flame. She does that. And how does one awaken their soulmate? Why? With a kiss, of course. But this is by no means the only kiss that we get in the show. There is also the marriage kiss, where Gabrielle weds Perdiccas for plot reasons, and Xena kisses her gal pal as a wedding gift, as you do. And then looks like she's positively destroyed by Gabrielle leaving her.
Xena, I can't lose you again.
Gabrielle will always be here.
There is also the infamous quest kiss, where Xena dies, possesses Autolycus's body, and then decides that the best way to show Gabrielle that her soul is still with her is to go in for a kiss, much to Autolycus's surprise and mine. My baby gay brain exploded. And finally, the kiss of life in the finale of Friend in Need Part 2, where Xena is almost dead on Mount Fuji. Gabrielle reaches the fountain of life, and having no other way to get the water from there to Xena, holds the water in her mouth. And obviously, that requires tender lip-to-lip contact to then pass the water from her mouth to Xena's. Speaking of A Friend in Need, while it was an atrocious ending to the series, it also gave us one of the shippiest declarations of the show.
If I only had 30 seconds to live, this is how I'd want to live them. Looking into your eyes.
There is so little room for this to be interpreted as platonic that you'd need to do a 100-point turn in order to maneuver yourself out of this one. And why would you?
I wish I'd known you were looking for a father.
I'm not.
Oh? Well, somebody clearly got the job.
Yeah, Gabrielle.
I would have paid to see that.
When Xena gets pregnant, it's not clear how or who the father is. But on a show like Xena, the answer is not the obvious, it's the miraculous. Because she's pregnant by immaculate conception with the daughter who has the soul of her greatest enemy, Callisto, because Xena and Gabrielle were crucified and went to heaven, but also to hell, where Xena redeemed Callisto's soul because the reason Callisto was evil was because Xena destroyed her village and killed her family and friends back when she was a warlord. But that's all beside the point, because what matters is who's going to co-parent that child, and well, obviously it's Gabrielle. And she looks rather smug about it.
You and I have much in common.
Of course we do. You're a mortal female with a lying tongue, savage tendencies, and a blonde girlfriend.
Where we at, baby? We in hell? Oh wait, no, they got crucified. They went to heaven. They went to heaven. It's okay.
If you want to seduce the fallen angel Lucifer to the dark side so he can take the throne in hell as the devil, then what better way to do that than to have a sexy dance with your girlfriend while dressed in skin-tight leather? I mean, that's what I would do if I wanted to save the world from unutterable darkness. When Gabrielle ends up on the menu of the friendly local cannibals and ends up in a raging river, Xena jumps in to save her, and as hypothermia begins to take over and Gabrielle thinks she might just die, she has a very specific request.
I don't want to be buried with the Amazons. I want to lie with you, with your family.
Oh, wow.
What about your family? I love them, but I'm a part of you. I want it to be like that forever.
Wow. This is,
Because, of course, why wouldn't you want to be buried next to your soulmate?
Do you really believe that kind of love exists? It's what we all dream about, isn't it? Someone would look so deeply into our soul that they'd find something worth dying for.
I couldn't actually pick a gayest moment from this episode because the whole thing is so gay in an already gay show. Is it the moment their eyes meet and Gabrielle has a moment? Is it when Xena shrinks into the shadows of her own balcony because seeing Gabrielle overwhelms her senses? Is it how Caesar already knows that he's lost Xena and jealously tries to get rid of Gabrielle? Or perhaps it's Gabrielle declaring,
"My life is empty, despite my success. I write about love, but I've never felt it before."
Or is it this moment?
"When I'm with you, this emptiness that I have felt my entire life is gone. Some things are worth dying for."
Oh, and don't worry, guys. When I was on my phone, I was actually looking up the show so I could really learn more about it. So I actually looked up Xena and Gabrielle, but it was Warrior Princess television. Okay. So 1995. Wow. There's 6 seasons. This is an action series, which is probably why, I mean, it makes sense that it isn't just something I would like something I would watch, other than the lesbian chemistry and the gay moments. So it's kind of what I want to know. So wonder if the actresses are. So the cast: Xena, played by Lucy Lawless, New Zealand actress. She's 55 years old currently. And then Renee O'Connor, who plays Gabrielle. She's 52 years old right now. All right.
Entire life is gone. Some things are worth dying for. Isn't that what your play was about? Being prepared to sacrifice all for love.
It's like a lesbian soap opera.
I'll love you forever. Don't touch her.
Or maybe it's Gabrielle going to the fate's tapestry of time and destroying it because a world without Xena was not a world worth living. I mean, you choose. It's an embarrassment of riches. I couldn't finish out this list without mentioning the poem. With the sun setting over the ocean, with the satisfaction of an adventure done, Xena gives Gabrielle a poem written by Sappho of Lesbos to express how she feels, because who better to put into words the love she has for her warrior bard.
There's a moment when I look at you, and no speech is left in me. My tongue breaks. Then fire races
It's
under my
smooth,
skin
though.
and I tremble. And grow pale, for I am dying of such love. Or so it seems to me.
That wraps up what I think are the gayest moments on Xena Warrior Princess. Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this type of content,
All right,
it took all of
going to part 2, y'all. Part 1. Yeah, I knew the show was giving gay all around because, I mean, from what I remember reacting to, yeah. And I can tell that this was filmed quite a while ago because of the CGI and stuff. It's real interesting. I'll say that.
It took all of one comment to get me to make a part 2 to Xena and Gabrielle's gayest moments. There are just so many juicy moments to pick from. I included what is probably my favourite moment of the entire show at the very end. If anyone wants a part 3, well, let's just say it wouldn't take much to convince me.
I almost got you that time.
No, you didn't.
What are you talking about? I was this close.
You were this close because I let you get this close.
Much like When Fates Collide, which made it onto part 1, this is one of where it's hard to pick a single moment. This episode is rightly beloved by the Woman Love Women community. It's dripping with the kind of subtext that got the queer ladies talking in the first place. It's domestic fluff with a great wallop of gay subtext, starting with
Not the frying pan.
Xena, this was our only frying pan. Why do you do that? You do have weapons, don't you?
I like to be creative in a fight. It gets my juices going.
Can we cook with your juices?
Then there's this rather telling moment.
Does Xena ever think about settling down and getting married?
No, she likes what I do.
Oh.
And of course, the bathtub scene.
Are you sitting on the soap?
I was wondering what that was.
It's also peppered with the bickering married vibes, Gabrielle's hand on Xena's breastplate, and, at the end of a hard day, them lying on a blanket together and stargazing.
Grabbing that titty.
Yep, married vibes for sure. Although I do have a theory on when they get together, and I may just make a vid on that in the future, so I don't know, stay tuned. Then there is fan favourite Minya, who seems to be crushing on Xena.
You're Xena, aren't you?
Yes.
You are the main thing, the real deal, you know, the number one attraction.
And total spoiler,
That goat is
Thank you.
like,
I never would have met Paulina if it wasn't for you. In fact, the
put
two
me
of you
down.
made me realize something deep down about myself that I guess I always knew, but just didn't dare admit. I'm a lesbian.
I was happy when I was a kid here because I was loved and I felt like I belonged. I was lucky then and I'm lucky now.
Another episode that leans into the domestic fluff vibe was the Old Aries Had a Farm episode, which gives us a glimpse into what it might have looked like if Xena and Gabrielle had settled down somewhere. While for sure it was a throuple situation with Aries in the picture, I think even he knew he stood no chance with Xena, especially with this moment when Gabrielle helps Xena into her armor.
Suck it in.
It just screams married wives, because you know that Gabs has
That remind
helped
me
her
of white
women
chicks.
get dressed a lot. And undressed, too, naturally. I'm just saying she has an intimate knowledge of Xena's
He's
clothes.
like, can I join?
Also, look at how they're looking at each other here.
Send me there. I'm not sure that's wise. This karma that you're talking about, can you see mine? Can you see how much Xena's a part of that?
Yes. In many lives, past and future.
You know what she said? She said that your karma and mine, they're intertwined.
Xena is the only person for Gabrielle, as we find out later in the show. When they are both looking for their paths in life in Season 4, they head to India on a spiritual quest. What they find is that the shamaness Ulti is trying to mess with one of their future lives, so they're off to defeat her. What emerges from this encounter is that Gabrielle and Xena are destined to be together again and again, karmically linked. Is that gay? Or is it gay? Maybe they're not always in female bodies in each incarnation, but they are the literal incarnation of this story that Gabrielle spoke of in Season 1.
Once a long, long time ago, all people had 4 legs and 2 heads. And then the gods threw down thunderbolts and split everyone into two. Each half then had 2 legs and 1 head. But the separation left both sides with a desperate yearning to be reunited. Because they each shared the same soul. And ever since then, all people spend their lives searching for the other half of their soul.
Yo, this is so deep, bruh. Like, wow. Oh.
Come on, breathe!
It melt the mouth, though. It melt the mouth.
Wake up and breathe.
You never ran from anything in your whole life.
Don't you leave me! Don't leave me! Don't leave me! Wake up!
Oh, shit. Is that how CPR was
It
born?
for sure was a pivotal moment in the Xena and Gabrielle relationship. With this episode, we get to see just how much Gabrielle has come to mean to Xena. I don't think even Xena realized how deeply she felt for her until this moment. It marked something of a transition for the character of Gabrielle. In that first season, she was framed as young and sometimes referenced as being that annoying blonde following Xena around. She was often the comic relief, but here she became someone with far more weight. She became someone Xena couldn't do without. Leading up to that moment at the end of season 1, Gabrielle had been giving off some baby gay vibes for sure.
I won't stay home. I don't belong there, Xena. I'm not the little girl that my parents wanted me to be.
That alone is a sentiment that the queer community often connects with, as well as the desire to leave behind the restrictive communities we've grown up in that often don't accept us. Gabrielle then becomes positively starstruck at the, I assume, first non-conventional woman to come along because she's different. When you add it to moments like,
It's not like your breasts aren't dangerous enough.
and
What is it?
You are beautiful.
it sure feels like a wee queer narrative is expressing itself here. Also, I'm very curious to understand what this moment means. Because, it's suggestive.
She's gorgeous.
Especially when combined with the activity of catching fish, which, euphemism.
Come on, Gabrielle, let's get wet!
Speaking of fish, in the episode Fin, Femmes and Gems, there are a few fishy references. You know the writers were having so much fun with the fish references.
You stick your hand under the water and you feel around till you find a great big succulent fish, and then you do this. You wiggle your fingers.
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's fun. Right. Well, don't knock it till you've tried it.
I'm dead. Now she turned to a mermaid all of a sudden. So, what I'm trying to really understand real quick is, a lot of people must have liked the show because it has 6 whole seasons. Well, y'all can let me know though, how was this perceived, by the majority? Because even at that time, people was not really open, you know what I'm saying? Open to it.
To fist a fish? I can barely say it, much less do it.
But that is not the gay moment that stands out for me in this episode. Rather, it's this.
I looked into your eyes, and Xena, I finally realized there can only be one person for me in my life. Me.
Even through Xena's obsessive fishing-induced haze, she still loves Gabrielle so much that this declaration has her looking positively crestfallen that Gabrielle doesn't say that Xena is the only person for her. Because Xena really is the only one for
That was
Gabrielle.
funny.
After much spirit is the only person.
That was funny as hell.
Crestfallen
She's about to get some free lips. Then she spit the water right in her face.
doesn't say that Xena is the only person for her. Because Xena really is the only one for Gabrielle. After much spiritual seeking, after trying the way of peace that saw her put down her weapon and dedicate herself to pacifism, she is forced to choose between that and her relationship with Xena, because unsurprisingly, being a pacifist while traveling with Xena is kind of hard. Xena likes to fight, and she's a warrior, an incredible warrior, and it's through her work as a warrior that she's looking to redeem herself from her dark
This must have been how they,
When Gabrielle sees Xena crippled.
This must have been what inspired Wonder Woman's whole costume, because it does look like she could be a Wonder Woman or something. obviously a very DIY Wonder Woman, but not. She's a warrior though, so.
As a warrior
Right,
that
she
she's
has
looking to
the
redeem herself from her dark
cereal.
past. When Gabrielle sees Xena crippled by a blow to her lower back, the decision is instantaneous. The way of peace is nothing if she is not by Xena's side.
I made you leave the way of love. I had a choice. To do nothing or save my friend. I chose the way of friendship. I'm sorry for all the times I didn't treat you right. You brought out the best in me. Before I met you, no one saw me for who I was. I felt invisible. But you saw all the things that I could be. You saved me, Xena.
Wow.
With Xena lying unable to move her legs, held in Gabrielle's arms with a look of such vulnerability and openness, this quiet exchange between the two is probably my favourite moment of the entire series. Let me know of what other really gay moments you can think of in the comments, and it might just make it into a part 3. Who knows? If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, and turn on that notification.
Alright guys, Xena and Gabrielle's Gayest Moments, part 1 and 2. Alright, thanks Sarah for the request first of all. Y'all know I love a good gay story, a good gay moments, a good gay couple. So this was everything I needed today. You know, I gotta have a little daily dose of gay, and besides myself, you know, so this was it. So thank you, I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, comment down below what else you want to see. Stay tuned and stay litty. Yeah.